We're going to start with style today, Ross, because The Guardian is reporting that the fashion world is expecting a huge boom. They've already seen an uptick in clothing and jewelry sales, and they're comparing it to the roaring 20s fashion. After the 1918 flu and World War I, the fashion world exploded. Men switched from suits to sports coats, and women got bobs and put on beaded dresses. And fashion experts expect to see the same joy and freedom expressed in upcoming trends. What do you think?
Well, I think people are a couple things. One, I would love to have somewhere to go where I had to dress up. It's been a minute, right? It'd be nice to feel good, get all pretty and go. The other thing, though, is I've gotten sort of used to wearing elastic head to toe 24/7, right?
Yeah.
And so I think that whatever happens in the fashion world, that athleisure-ness, which is that like casual, when you wear stretchy clothes but you're not going to the gym, that's called athleisure.
Yeah.
I think it's all gonna be infused with that. It's like I just got these jeans and they're so stretchy. I feel like I could put on 20 pounds and still fit in them. And I have all these pants that are like drawstring and elastic. I feel like everything's just leaning that way and I'm fine with it.
Yeah, well, I want people to be on, some form of making their clothes and their lives a personal billboard. Because like nature, it goes, underground, and then you have this incredible rebirth and burst of color and awe. And I think that we as humans should embrace and follow in nature's footsteps. So there is someone out there in the world who I have been a huge fan of and following very closely on social media. He's a young CEO from the UK who founded the very disruptive global marketing agency called The Social Chain. And he dropped out of college and became an entrepreneur. And since then, he's done it all against the grain. And I can't get enough of his insights on Twitter. Please welcome to the show, Stephen Bartlett.
Hi, Stephen. That's quite a build-up.
It's a pleasure to be. That was an amazing set of compliments. I've been blushing and laughing at the same time. Thank you so much.
Well, it's true. I really feel like when I read your posts, I raise an eyebrow and I'm like, yeah, that is powerful. That is some important, wise advice on our behaviors. And we are accountable for our behaviors. And I really get that from you. Is that, why do you think that it's important to put out these messages that you do to people?
Do you know what? The slightly paradoxical thing is I'm putting out all of this stuff for myself. I'm trying to understand myself, the flaws I have, the toxic traits that I have, and I'm trying to become more self-aware. And the best way to learn often is to write. And so I write these things for myself in my diary. And once in a while, if I can condense it into something that I think people will understand and resonate with, I'll share it with the world. And the feedback as well helps me build on the thought. So it's an incredibly selfish pursuit, but I'm so glad to hear that it's had some value for you.
Everything you just said, I'm like, yeah. Your new book, Happy Sexy Millionaire, is all about your unique path to success. And it's about to come out, and we're so excited for it. Do you have something that you want, a piece of advice, even one piece of advice that you might want people to take away from your business journey in this book?
Yeah, so the title, right? Happy Sexy Millionaire. The reason that the book's called that is at 18 years old, as a very insecure, black, broke university dropout, I wrote in my diary that I wanted to be a happy, sexy millionaire because, I thought being a sexy millionaire would make me happy. And so over the next 5 years, that's what I strive to become, right? I built a $200 million global business. I bought that car that I wrote about in my diary. I got the girlfriend because the things that had invalidated me when I was younger were the things that I inevitably sought validation from as an adult, as we all do. And it was in realizing that it was my insecurities that were driving me, not my intrinsic internal desires, not the things that I really loved. That was the moment when I was able to turn my life and really go after happiness. And the conclusive point in the book is that in order to strive for the right things for the right reasons, you first have to know that you are enough, or you'll make the mistake I did. And you'll run after the wrong things for the wrong reason, thinking that pleasure and external validation equals happiness. So really the book is about giving you that foundation that you are already enough. And that's the foundation that'll let you chase your best life.
I love that. 18 years old, you're writing Happy Sexy Millionaire in your diary. At 18, I wrote, I want to meet Ginger Spice in my diary.
Did you ever meet her?
I did, actually. I did. So you know what? We're sort of the same person, in many ways.
Stephen, would you care to join us in a headline?
I'd love to.
We'd be
I'd love to.
honored. Ross, take it away.
All right, Stephen, we're starting with a breath of fresh air, and this one comes from automaker giant GM. That's a big car manufacturer. Well, Reuters reports that GM is going to go all electric by 2035. And that's a game changer. It means they'll be phasing out all new gas and diesel cars and trucks. And this push to fully eliminate tailpipe emissions came from GM CEO Mary Barra, who's the top of the top. And other companies are expected to follow. And it's all about the environment, but it's also about the bottom line. It's about business. Because California announced the sale of new gas-powered vehicles will be illegal starting in 2035. Other states are expected to join them. So if these manufacturers want to make money, they have to follow these new guidelines and switch to electric cars. Now, I've had an electric car for a while, and I know, and I was so intimidated to do it. I wanted to do it for my footprint, and it quickly became the new normal. It was confusing at first, but then I had a friend come over and say, "Oh, I need to get gas. Where's the gas station near your house?" And I was like, "Oh, I have no idea." And I think that that's kind of the shift a lot of us are going to have to do if we want to save this earth. It's just got to become the new normal. But how does it affect the business industry, you think, Stephen?
You've hit the nail on the head in a number of ways there. I, too, used to have this big Range Rover Sport. That's the car that I wrote about in my diary when I was 18. I got it at 24. I sold it at 26 and bought an electric bike instead. So I now just have an electric bicycle, no other vehicle, right? I want to say thank you to General Motors for recognizing the existential threat that is climate change. I want to say thank you to the legislators, as you've highlighted, California, for leading the way and giving them no choice. And I feel like we should thank Tesla and Elon, because the singular sort of company vision they have was to accelerate the advent of electric vehicles, not to win, to make others catch up with what is inevitably the future, and to eliminate this existential threat, which is climate change.
And Stephen, I will add to this. Tesla made it sexy. And you know what?
Amen.
That works. And that's why, your book has that word in it as well. Sexy sells, and it's good, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Amen.
Well,
I completely agree.
I cannot thank you enough, Stephen Bartlett, for coming here today. I am so grateful.
Thank you so much.
And your new book, Happy Sexy Millionaire, will be out everywhere tomorrow.
Hi, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Stephen.